This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Leo Inc., Daolis Brothers Construction, and King Movers and Storage.
Welcome back to the LCTV News. We hope you had a fun and relaxing holiday weekend. The news never rests, so there's plenty to catch up on, from the latest holiday festivities to a variety of organizations coming together to help families during the winter months. We again have a double lowdown, this time featuring the Food Project's Winter Market, as well as a collaboration between several organizations for an ongoing toy drive. Here's the news for Friday, December 5th, 2025. We saw our first flakes of snow earlier this week. Therefore, the city of Lynn has released winter storm and parking information. LCTV will post official winter storm updates from the city on our channels, social media accounts, and website lyntv.org. As of November 25th, 2025, no vehicles may park on a public street or sidewalk during a declared snow emergency. Residents must move their vehicles to designated city parking lots. Any vehicles left on the street are subject to towing and ticketing. If a snow ban is lifted before 9 p.m., residents have 2 hours to remove their cars from lots. If the ban is lifted after 9 p.m., they have until 6 a.m. the next day to remove their cars. The parking department has also launched a snow permit pilot program this winter. This program will make them aware of which residents are parked in school lots during snow emergencies and send residents email notifications when their cars need to be removed. Residents are encouraged to register for RAVE, See Click Fix, and look out for blue lights during snow emergencies to avoid the costs associated with ticketing and towing. The holiday season is also in full swing, and National Grid has released their yearly holiday safety tips. This includes safely decorating your Christmas tree. For natural trees, ensure they are well watered, keep extension cords away from the tree stand, and do not overload branches with decorations. Check your artificial trees for the Underwriters Laboratories label, signifying that it has been tested for flammability. When decorating outdoors, be sure to keep at least 10 feet between any decorations and electrical lines. Use lights specifically labeled for outdoor use and secure all outdoor lines to prevent wind damage or fire. Finally, do not overload circuits and unplug lights before going to bed or leaving home. The Lydia Pinkham Studios hosted the 20th annual Open Studios the weekend of November 22nd. Encompassing all 4 floors and more than 50 artisans, this is their largest event of the year. Artists cover the gambit in terms of medium, including, but not limited to, clay work, painting, photography, glasswork, and clothing.
My name is Kirsten Bashan, and I own the Clay School. I also started the Lydia Pinkham Open Studios.
And what year are you on for that?
This is our 20th year for both the Clay School and the Open Studios. So Open Studios happen once a year. It's our showcase of Lynn's artists. It's a great time to buy and shop local of all the artists and a great way to see what's happening in your community. The artists here at the Lydia Pinkham building basically spend all year creating for this one event that happens through the weekend. So this year at the Lydia Pinkham Open Studios, we have about 50 artists who are participating throughout the whole building, and there's about 23 of them that are here in the Clay School. And it's our 20th anniversary. We want to do something big and fun at the Clay School, so we have had all the students there create a subway tile, a creative subway tile, and put it in the bathroom. So I invite you all to come visit our bathroom and you can see all the amazing art that's now been basically installed from the, midway up all the way to the ceiling almost with these cool tiles. The crowd this year has been amazing. I think the word is out that we do this every year. We've had not only lots of new people come in this year, but tons and tons of repeat people who tell us it's their favorite weekend of the year. So it's been really fun to have all these people come through. We have had well over 1,000 people so far in just the weekend, and we're not even halfway through Sunday. After 20 years of doing open studios, this is kind of amazing that this is happening the way it is, and that has grown to what it would be, what it is now. My parents used to come on the first year when it was a handful of friends and family members, and now it's, something that happens kind of citywide. We link up with the Lynn Museum on Saturday, and we have just such a flood of people who come in for the weekend.
Two veteran organizations received a $10,000 donation on December 3rd, made possible by funds raised at the 5th annual Freedom Fish event last summer. Freedom Fish, co-sponsored by EDIC Lynn and the Lynn Housing Authority and Neighborhood Development, provides veterans an enjoyable day of fishing every July. This year, 50 boats, donated by captains in the area, took more than 200 veterans out for an afternoon fishing expedition. Additionally, this event raises funds for veteran organizations, with the Lynn Veterans Council and Disabled and Limbless Inc. the beneficiaries of this event. As stated by Mayor Gerald Nicholson, quote, "We're lucky to be on the water. It creates an opportunity to do something special. One of the best moments of the year is to see the excitement in the eyes of the veterans who look forward to getting on those boats," end quote. This event was originally proposed by an EDIC member and continues to grow in size and popularity every year. December 21st, 2025 is National Homeless Persons Memorial Day, and the Lynn Coalition of Care will mark the occasion with a candlelight vigil at 4 p.m. outside of My Brother's Table. Fittingly, December 21st is also the first day of winter and the longest night of the year, drawing attention to the fact that cold temperatures and harsh weather can be difficult or even deadly for those without homes. COC recognizes the conditions that homeless individuals and families face, and the toll homelessness takes on both physical and mental health. National Homeless Persons Memorial Day brings attention to those in our community who died without a home. It is also a day to remember and honor those who died as a result of being unhoused. At the vigil on the 21st, guest speakers from the community, including those with lived experience of homelessness, will share their stories. Gourmet Gardens will also be hosting a fundraiser from 4 to 9 p.m. that night, where 15% of checks will go toward the LCOC Youth Scholarship, awarded to a high school senior every year who is experiencing homelessness in Lynn. Another annual tradition took place last Sunday, November 30th, but this organization boasts a 61-year history. Santa's Helping Hands was founded by a group of women to provide toys and clothing to families in need. For the past 23 years, this has included a scavenger hunt the Sunday following Thanksgiving. LCTV was on scene as 28 teams met at Old Time before going out into the city to take photos, earn points, and most importantly, raise money for Santa's Helping Hands.
So this event has been going on for 61 years, 23 years with the scavenger hunt. So we just sent all the teams off to drive around to do a scavenger hunt around the city of Lynn, 2 hours. And we tally all the points up at the end, and the winner actually does what we did this year and organize the next scavenger hunt.
So each year you come up with ideas and a checklist of pictures that you can take. So we kind of go with a couple of the same, like take a picture in front of a City of Lynn sign, take a picture in front of Manning, but then we get creative. So this year we had some different things. hang an ornament in someone's beard, sit in a shopping cart. We came up with some funny ones. Yeah, do a pyramid, do a headstand. And we give details on like how many people need to be in each picture. And so each team has the phone and they have to show, the picture to get the points.
So part of the process this year was the teams could earn more points if they brought additional items to give directly to Leo from Lynn. It's fun. It's fun. It is a lot of work.
But it's worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It was a good time. I think we had fun. I had fun.
I think it's all coming together right now, realizing how much work was put into it, but also what a good cause it is too. But we also enjoy doing the scavenger hunt too. We're very competitive, so.
Yeah. So our competitive drive this year is we want to raise the most money. So we're trying to.
That's the goal.
Our goal this year is to make the most money for the families.
Yes.
Tons of raffles.
Tons of raffles. So many people donated.
Tons of raffles.
All local businesses donated, which is great.
Yeah.
We have
friends, family, weekends away, tickets to games, a 50-50 raffle. All of that money will go to the families. Yeah.
All the money goes to Santa's Helping Hands. There's a big group of women that go out and shop tonight with the money, and they get each, they go around to the schools, they find out the children that are in need. They have a list. They go out, they get coats, hats, gloves, boots,
gift cards,
stocking filled with toys, and a present. And I believe that the parents get a present as well from the children. They go out Target, they shop, they wrap all the presents, and then they deliver them to the families.
And there's 58 families this year and 100 kids that will be over 100 kids.
The 2025 first place winners were the 4 Wise Women, and they will take over organizing next year. For M&T volunteers, Giving Tuesday is more than just an idea. They spent the day stocking shelves of donated food at Catholic Charities Food Pantry. During November, M&T Bank collected non-perishable food items as part of the Catholic Charity Boston's Hope for the Holiday campaign. And on December 2nd, they delivered all that food to the pantry, along with a $20,000 check to fight food insecurity. This is the second year M&T has donated food, as Catholic Charities is seeing a surge in visitors to the food pantry. According to their president and CEO, donations are especially important this year, with SNAP facing uncertainty in Massachusetts. Volunteers also spoke about the importance of supporting families in need all year round, but especially during the holiday season. The City of Lynn officially kicked off their holiday season with their holiday tree lighting and celebration the night of the 2nd. Due to inclement weather, the ceremony was moved indoors, where several groups performed and slightly smaller stand-in trees were illuminated.
Good afternoon. Thank you all so much for joining us today for our City of Lynn tree lighting. Who's excited?
The lights on the tree are a symbol of warmth and hope, feelings that are emblematic of the holiday season. We are fortunate to have many shining lights in our schools, talented students, committed teachers, and dedicated staff.
This is such an important moment in the year for us to come together and reflect on all that we have, celebrate all that we have, and in one another, and to be able to stand up here with our amazing students that are creating the future that we all want and need to participate in is a privilege for me, and I hope that you all also enjoy that performance and throughout the holiday season. Mr. Claus, Santa Claus, while you're here, could you, even though we're not outside, you think you could help us bring some light to the holiday season? Will you guys help us bring some light to the holiday season? All right, we're gonna do a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Merry Christmas!
The Food Project is moving their farmers market indoors and switching over to a winter schedule as of December 13th. Their food access and education manager was our guest on the Lowdown this week, emphasizing the importance of making fresh produce more accessible to all in our community. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, and today we welcome back on Gray Lawson from the Food Project. Thank you so much for coming on again.
Of course, happy to be here.
Of course, you said last time you were 21, now you're 22, so you're moving up. You're
moving
getting there.
up, yes. Slowly but surely, it feels like.
No, you are. You're getting there. You're doing well.
Thank you.
I feel like we accidentally made some people feel old, so I apologize for that. So you're on here to talk about a multitude of things. You know, you're kind of in the transition between the fall and the winter. We're starting to talk about things are getting really cold outside, so plants are kind of on their last legs. But
yeah,
the main thing you're here to talk about is SNAP benefits when they were cut, and they will hopefully eventually be getting back on track. But the Food Project has been doing a lot to adjust your services to try to help people in need.
Yeah, absolutely. What we're seeing right now is that our federal government is shut down, obviously, and while that's happening, the federal funding for SNAP is not coming through. And so the state of Massachusetts is required at some level to help provide that, but we're seeing pauses and judges putting halts on that. So really it's up in the air. So to combat that, we're doing a couple of different things. We're donating a lot more food than we usually do. We have a lot of community partners that are donating these CSA shares, which are just like giant box shares of vegetables that now are going to other people in the community. And we're also starting a coupon program at our market this week just to supplement some funds for anybody. It's available to all market customers. And so we'll be giving those out in quantities of $25 that can be used at our market. So.
That's great. You mentioned you're giving it away. You said 3,000 pounds vegetable. That's a lot, and it's split between Lynn and then your Boston office.
Yes, yeah, 3,000 pounds, and it's a lot more than you'd think it'd be. That's a lot of produce, and it's split between Boston and Lynn and our suburban farms, and then it's also, you know, in the North Shore, we're going to Salem Food Pantry, we're going to Phoenix Food Hub, some classic, some staple food pantries. So really happy with that.
And an event like this happening, you know, at least in my remember, I don't remember them ever shutting down to this point where these benefits are just stopping. How has that affected your programming? Have you been getting more people coming to you?
Definitely. Yeah, what we're seeing right now with the government shutdown is it's the longest in history, and judges are going back and forth of who's required to release SNAP benefits, and some people have received some of their SNAP benefits, some people have received all of it, some have received none, and there's really no rhyme or reason to it, so it's leaving like these huge gaps. So we have lots of people coming to our office looking for fresh food, or even just food resources. We have like flyers posted in our windows in case no one's there. You know, people come to the farm, but as you mentioned, it's really cold, so we have like peppers, which we're happy to, you know, share. But so yeah, there's definitely a lot more people coming and just trying to find food wherever they can.
Because even with government trying to reopen, there's still going to be that delay there. It's not like, reopens and immediately happens. You know, there's still the delay. And even I remember reading some people get like half the SNAP benefits, which if you think about how expensive food's getting, it doesn't cover everything you would need, you know, if you're a family of 4 or 5, whoever it is.
Exactly. And most of the time, whatever people get in SNAP anyway, their full benefits still don't cover their needs. And it's, and so when it's cut in half or it's none at all, then it's even worse and it's an even bigger gap. And, you know, food is a right and it's necessary to survive. So even a week in a lapse of releasing these funds can be like really detrimental to people. But something to mention is that SNAP is paused, but the healthy incentive programs is not. So that's sorry.
No, you're right. No, you did. You went right there. That's what I started to think about was the HIP, and you read my mind, so go for it.
Perfect. So the HIP, or Healthy Incentives Program, it is It varies based on house size, so you can either get $40, $60, or $80, and that is funded through the state of Massachusetts. So that will be there, regardless of the federal shutdown. But you can only use that on fresh fruits and veggies. So like at farm stands, you can use it at our farmers market, on the Commons on Thursdays. And yeah, so you'll have at least $40 there in addition to whatever people receive on SNAP.
Okay, so that's good. It's another additional resource to help, generally speaking, and also here maybe tie you over a little bit.
Yes.
And you're still on the Common, but you will be switching to your winter's farmers markets in about a month or so, December 13th?
Yes, December 13th, we switch to Phoenix Food Hub on, so that's a Saturday. And then we'll have another Saturday one in January, and then we'll transition to every second and fourth Saturday, February through June.
Which makes sense, because during the winter, you can't really grow very much because it just kind of frosts and you go, well, that didn't work.
Exactly, yes. Luckily, we have some great farmers that come and they have big greenhouses and they're available to do a lot more than we are, but still, it's not enough to do every week, and obviously we want to be inside. It's freezing, so.
Yeah, and your farmers market is unique in that you take SNAP, HIP benefits, because there's others that don't, which understandably so, like, I understand the program, but anyone who's on those benefits can use it to get the fresh produce, it's so important to have that for a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. All of our vendors are SNAP and HIP certified. And then during the summers, which it's over now, but we accept all kinds of WIC coupons, senior coupons, any program that SNAP is putting out, we'll take it.
And you just mentioned, too, a new coupon program that you're starting. Would you be able to go into a little bit more detail about that?
Sure, yeah. So the food project, in both our Lynn and Boston locations, but specifically Lynn, because that's my forte, we are starting a kind of small scale coupon program just to supplement these SNAP cuts. So tomorrow at our market is when it starts, and we have about $5,000 of coupons to give out. And it's not restricted just to SNAP users, it's whoever's at our market, because generally we do have low income folks at our market. And yeah, we're just handing them out in groups of $25. They'll be $5 each. They're just little paper coupons. They have a little Apple stamp on them. Yeah. And you can use them at any of the vendors that are there. And then, so basically you'll get about $25 of free money to spend at our market, and then they'll turn that back into us and we pay our vendors. So that way we're still funding local farms and making sure that they can eat and that they're getting paid, but also making sure that the community is also being able to have that autonomy to choose what they want to eat. And oftentimes at a food pantry, they don't get that. So
it's a great all-around resource where people can choose. You still are funding the local vendors and the farms, which is so important. And it was a great idea to do that.
Thank you.
To come up with it, right?
Yeah.
And do the winter's farmers markets, do they tend to be more crowded, or is it the summer ones when people are really coming out and getting it?
I'd say a little bit of both. July and August are super busy. It's hot. Everyone wants apples and watermelon, but also in the winter is a time where we really see a lot of the food desert aspects of Lynn come out. So, there's one grocery store within a certain amount of miles. It doesn't super have culturally relevant produce to a lot of people. And so we do see a lot of people at our winter market that this is the only time that they can get the food that they want to eat and that they need to eat to survive. And oftentimes we have really good apples, and people just really enjoy having good apples, so it's good to make people happy, and they have what they want and they don't have to make do with really expensive stuff that they can't use HIP on in the grocery store. So we do see a lot of people in the winter too.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think someone said to me the other day, they were talking about a certain vegetable. I'm like, oh, that's not really the season for it.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit depending on the seasons.
Definitely.
But also allowing people to get access to, as you said, culturally relevant food, because Lynn is such a diverse city. I mean, you have people from everywhere here, and they may not have access to certain foods in the grocery stores.
Exactly. And that's part of our food plan, our food mission is making sure that people have access to culturally relevant food. And of course there's smaller grocery stores that are locally owned that we always, we try to donate to some of them and definitely support them and people being able to buy there, but not every one of them can take SNAP or can take HIP. So then there's that gap again. So we just try to kind of slide in and fill that gap. And a lot of our vendors are also immigrants or culturally diverse, so they're making sure that they're growing that kind of food. And so, yeah, we try to make sure everyone can at least find something that they need or want.
Yeah, and everyone is included, like you said, and at the farmers markets, anyone can come. That's correct.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to be on SNAP, HIP. Many are, but you don't have to be.
No, not at all. And we don't do any kind of like checking or you have to sign in or anything. You just come in and shop.
Which is, like you said, smart. I mean, it's food. It's right. You need it.
You need it.
So
you really do. So, yeah.
So, whenever you come in, it's always great. It said you share such fantastic resources. And I know I have to wrap up in a moment, but was there anything else I hadn't mentioned about any SNAP benefits or anything else that you wanted to make sure people were aware of?
I would say just keep checking your SNAP. It's back and forth with the governments right now, but if you need food resources, there's Phoenix Food Hub, there's a Salvation Army Pantry, St. Stephen's Episcopal Church. There's lots of flyers online and stuff, but those are all free food pantries. And then, of course, we have our markets every Thursday, and then we'll move inside. But that's basically it.
All right. Well, great. I think we've covered everything.
Awesome.
And great. Thank you so much for coming on again. You always give such great insights. And I'm really looking forward to see what Food Project continues to do.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Of course, anytime. And once again, I'm Danny Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown. Check out any of the places or events that they just mentioned. But for now, thank you for watching, and we will see you next week with more guests. KIPP Academy took bragging rights in a 34-12 final over Lynn Tech in their annual Thanksgiving Eve football game. KIPP scored on their first play on a 54-yard pass from quarterback Eli Machado to receiver Uriel Feliz. By the end of the first quarter, it was already 20-0 Panthers on an 18-yard rush from Avian Pena and a 27-yard pass from Machado to Ryan Reynoso. The Tigers did score in the second quarter on a 1-yard punch-in by quarterback Jadel Ortega to make it 27-6 at halftime. In the second half, it was Machado connecting with Pena for a KIPP score, and Jacob Garcia rushing it in from 4 yards out for Tech late in the fourth. Then in the 112th Thanksgiving competition between Lynn English and Lynn Classical, the Bulldogs posted a 9-win season with a 36-12 victory over the Rams. This was also the 9th consecutive victory for English, who went 0-2 to begin the season, but ended with a 9-2 record. Speaking of statements, Bulldogs quarterback Shane Knowlton-Samard exploded for 212 yards rushing, 131 yards passing, and 5 total touchdowns in this holiday game. English went up 24-0 by halftime, scoring 4 touchdowns on 5 offensive plays. Xavier Beauchamp rushed for an 80-yard score, then Knowlton-Samard added the next 3 on 76 and 93-yard rushes and a 77-yard pass to Jason McDonald. In the second half, both sides put up 12 points. Charles Washington put Classical on the board with a 3-yard rushing touchdown, with Dylan Hugh adding the second score. For English, Kenneth Gomez Lopez added a rushing touchdown. While St. Mary's captured a 38-6 victory over Bishop Fenwick in the holiday matchup. In less than 90 seconds, the Spartans went up 7-0 on 5 offensive plays. St. Mary's scored on all their second-half possessions, going up 24-0. The Crusaders got on the board in the third, but the Spartans struck back with an 18-yard score by Roman Merriweather and a 1-yard rush by Nathan Kute with 5 minutes remaining in the game. No matter how you frame it, 10 consecutive wins is impressive. The 11-2 Patriots currently own the top seed in the AFC and have positioned themselves quite nicely for the playoffs. The 2-11 New York Giants were the latest victims in a 33-15 Monday night final. New England scored on their opening possession. Then it was Marcus Jones running back a Giants punt 94 yards to the house to put the hosts up 10-0. Drake May continues to show why he was a first-round draft pick 2 years ago, completing over-the-shoulder passes with perfect precision to Kayshon Boutte and Kyle Williams to put the Pats up 30-7 by halftime. After a scoreless third, New York put up a touchdown and New England kicked a field goal in the fourth. They will look to secure the AFC East next week. Old Soul Young World is partnering with the Millennium Latino Project and Cultura Dance Academy for the second annual Give Joy to the World Toy Drive and Give Back event, culminating in a Give Back celebration the night of the 12th. Hear more about how to support this cause from these organizers. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Danny Vittori, and today we welcome on Edwin and Jessie to talk about their second annual Give Joy to the World fundraiser. Thank you guys so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having us.
We love being here.
Yes.
And we always love having you here because this is a great event, and it's a collaborative effort between both your organizations and then others as well, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So we have Cultura Latina who's joining us. And
the Lynn Family Resource Center, which all of our proceeds from our event go towards. So we're supporting a local nonprofit. And we're also partnering with Lynn Main Streets. So we got a lot of people on board. Yeah.
And you're coming up on your time to when people can donate. It's going to be, is it Friday or so? Next week is the deadline for when collections end. That's correct?
Yeah. So for this give back for the fundraiser portion, you can donate up until the 11th, and then you can also extend the donations to the 19th online. So we will continue to accept donations to the 19th with 100% of the proceeds going back to the Lynn Family Resource Center.
And you mentioned in your post, too, they said they're all going back to the center, but they're now trying to help. It's 200 more youth. I mean, there's so many generous people, but the need, it just keeps growing. So you're trying to help fill that gap.
Right, yeah. So that's how the collaboration came to be, because they hosted it last year, and then we hosted something similar. So then to have greater impact, we're like, let's come together and make a difference.
Yep, that's what community is all about. And, you know, just to get into that a little bit, last year being our first annual Give Back, I ended up talking to the program director of the Lynn Family Resource Center, and she expressed to me that through Toys for Tots, they can fulfill so many families, but then they have a wait list of hundreds of families who don't get toys. So what our goal was last year was to help some of those families on the wait list. We were able to serve 150 extra families last year. So when I met, you know, MLP and saw all the amazing work that they do in the community, we were like, we have to team up because we could just make such a greater impact this year. So we're shooting for over 200 families on the Lynn Family Resource wait list to be able to serve from this fundraiser.
Okay, that's a big goal, but I feel like between the two, I feel like you'll get there. You're both very determined.
Yeah, definitely. And we got a lot of partners, so.
And for where people can donate, right now there's 4 different locations, and people, they can donate toys, but they can also donate, I think it's jackets and other winter necessities as well. Is that correct?
Yep. So our drop boxes are all around Lynn. So we have Incubate Co-working. We'll have Cultura Latina.
Lynn Family Resource Center.
Toomey's Cleaners.
So
we have 2 locations. It's Western Ave and Summer Street.
Yes, Summer Street.
There you go.
So you can drop off any toys or jackets at any of those drop locations. But if you can't make it in person, we also have an online donation link. So you can donate right online, and all of the proceeds go back to us buying gifts that we'll be able to give to the Family Resource Center to support their families.
And all this is culminating up to the big fundraising event, or culminating to the kind of party end of it on the 12th at the Hallett Function Room. And that sounds really cool. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, for sure. So it's going to be our annual Give Back event celebration. So pretty much how we look at it is you give to us to help us help families. Now we want to give back to you guys. So we are going to have a lot of fun festivities and surprises there. As Danny said, that is December 12th, 6:30, 9:30 at Hallett Function Room. So we are going to have performances, live performances, a DJ. We're going to have a live professional violinist. We're going to have Janiyah Spencer, very own artist from Lynn, there doing a live painting, which will get given to a guest at the end of the night. And some performances, I believe, by CLDA.
They'll have a performance there.
And
keep going.
just the Lynn Main Streets is going to have their Dancing Elves there as well. So you don't want to miss that.
We'll have a ugly sweater contest. So I know they say bring your best ugly sweater, but I like to say bring your ugliest sweater because sometimes they're cute. We were just talking about this, but make it ugly, and then the winner. There's a contest being sponsored by Lynn Main Streets. So
Yes.
Like you said, so many of the ugly sweaters now, they're almost more cute or goofy than ugly. And no, we want
ugly.
the ugly, vintage ugly.
Like we want grandma from the 1960s ugly Christmas sweater vibes.
I would go just to see that vibe. I'm not going to lie to you right now.
Yeah.
Come and bring your ugly sweater.
Yeah.
I will have to find that.
I just want to mention as well, that night, all of the teams that are gathering together to make this possible will be there. Yep. So the Lynn Family Resource Center team will be there accepting all the donations and gifts. So if you want to meet them, meet the MLP team, see what they're about, the OSYW team, CDLA, Lynn Main Streets, everyone's going to be there. So you guys should definitely make sure you come.
And you just rattled off those acronyms really well, so good job.
Right.
I know, it's a lot of acronyms out there.
I feel like my letters have gotten mixed. And that's another chance to donate as well, too, because to RSVP, you can either bring a toy, you can bring a donation, or you can do some sort of monetary one as well.
Yep, exactly. So that's the idea. And your entry is that donation.
Yes.
It's similar to kind of when we held Bachata Night. It's like you bring your donation, and then we'll give this event back to you.
Yeah.
And you get to enjoy it.
Because it's all about community joy as well. I know that was a big emphasis I saw in all year flyers, everything. Because it's about bringing joy to all the community, everyone in it.
Exactly. It's been a really hard year for a lot of people, and people are very much still struggling, both with, jackets for the winter, toys for their kids, which all wrap into food insecurity, and a lot of benefits getting taken away from families this year. So, MLP and OSYW, even though I'm a for-profit and MLP is a nonprofit, our goal in the community is the same, to help so many people. And so, with this opportunity, that's exactly what we're able to do. And assuring people that, we see a lot of holiday give-backs out there.
Right.
And some of them, I see a lot of personal accounts attached to it. And we just want to assure everybody that through MLP's platform, 100% of the proceeds go back to the Family Resource Center, as well as you get a tax donation receipt.
Right.
So that's a nice little, side note for anybody who's making a donation online.
Yeah. And we're also accepting sponsorships. So any small business that wants to be a part of this, or entrepreneur, anybody can just, we have certain tiers on our platform. So you can take advantage of that piece too.
Yes.
Because the way that anybody can help, because no matter what else is going on in the world, kids deserve to get a toy for whatever holiday they celebrate, because they're kids. They should be able to feel that joy and not have to worry about that.
And speaking of that, Danny, we are serving 1 to 18. So we like to mention, a lot of the time older kids, anywhere between 13 to 18, the teenage years, kind of get left out of the equation of gifts. So, headphones, gift cards, again, jackets, basketball, sports equipment, anything, hygiene products, young girls doing their hair, doing their makeup, we're open to accepting all those donations as well.
It does. It sounds like a fantastic event, what you're doing. And how has the collaboration been so far? Because it's four organizations, and it sounds like you're all working really well together, though.
Yeah. It's been great. It's just that's what's making it so successful, I guess, thus far, right up until the event, you'll see. But the planning, it's much easier. Usually when you're working with just your team, like MOP, for instance, there's pieces that are missing, and then they're able to fill those pieces. And so is Lynn Main Streets and Cultura Latina.
Yes. So it's been awesome working with them. Definitely organization always comes into play, but working with awesome people who, again, have the same interest of impact, it just makes everything so fun. So.
And how are you doing getting towards your goal? I know you mentioned it earlier in the segment, but how has it been going?
Yeah, we're close to hitting our halfway mark. So our goal for the whole fundraiser is $2,000. We're a little less than $1,000 right now, and we're actually doing a huge shopping day today. Not to time this, but it's Cyber Monday, so we're taking advantage of the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals, and as a team, we're all going to go shopping. So you guys will see a fun shopping video coming out very soon from the MLP and OSYW team.
Yes, you are. You're very good about the behind-the-scenes stuff. I know you're even filming a few things today. So
definitely,
you get to show people what their donations are going towards, what's happening.
Yep, exactly.
You'll get to see where the gifts go Because and then it's the Lynn Family Resource Center that distributes the gifts. That's how it works.
Exactly. Yeah. And again, so they serve through the community of Lynn over 2,000 families every year, and they're only able to again distribute like about 150 gifts out to the families that they serve through what they get for donation. So if you make a donation, just know that you are filling a gap that would not have been able to be filled, which we're so grateful for.
That you definitely are. And just the donations, they're fantastic. And then you said you have the event at the end. It's another extra incentive for people to go, have fun, hang out, do that. And I know I have to wrap up in a moment, but was there anything else I hadn't mentioned about the fundraising, any of the partnerships, anything you wanted to toss in?
No, I think you covered mostly everything. I do just want to say, if you come to the event on the 12th, we are going to have a cash bar there. We're going to have festive food. We're going to have photo ops. So it is a night to enjoy, have fun, let loose, and celebrate like giving back to the community. Everybody deserves to have a little bit of fun. So.
Sure. We look forward to seeing you guys there.
Yeah. Yes, of course. And I said, thank you again so much. We always love having both of you on here. And I said, I'm really excited to see this event coming up in a couple weeks.
Thank you. Us too.
Of course, anytime. And of course, you can learn more or find out how to donate by visiting any of the links displayed on this screen. But for now, I'm Danny Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week with more guests. Tomorrow, December 6th, is jam-packed with events, beginning with carols at the Floating Bridge Pond. From 10 a.m. to noon, participate in carols with the Floating Bridge Pond Association. There will also be free hot chocolate, cookies, roasted marshmallows, crafts for kids, music, and the chance to take a picture with Santa. Be sure to wear your ugliest holiday sweater for a chance to win a $50 gift card to Raleigh's Tavern. Next Monday, December 8th, participate in the GLCC's 2025 Festival of Lights. Head to Central Square between 4 and 6 p.m. to see the annual tree and menorah lighting. Additionally, there will be a sing-along and dance performances from local youth organizations, hot chocolate from the Salvation Army, and another special appearance by Santa. This event is free and open to all in the community. Then come down to the LCTV studio, 181 Union Street, on Thursday, December 11th, for the 4th annual LCTV and CCOL Photos with Santa and Toy Drive. LCTV will provide professional photos with Santa, but you're also welcome to take your own. Donations are also greatly appreciated if you are able to bring a new unwrapped toy, but they are not required to take a picture. There will also be holiday cartoons playing in the studio, as well as crafts and DIY ornaments to take home. This is just a taste of the many holiday events happening in the city over the next few weeks. If you would like to know more about any of them, as well as stay updated on the latest breaking news, be sure to follow us on social media at Lynn Community TV. For member content, full government programming, and the most complete community calendar in the city, be sure to check out lyntv.org. As always, for those of you who prefer exclusively video content, head over to our Lynn Community Television YouTube page. I'm Danny Vittori, this is the LCTV News, and we will see you next week.
This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Leo Inc., Daolis Brothers Construction, and King Movers and Storage.